Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another work week in my life, or welcome if you're new. My name's Asselin if you're new here, and I am a CPA, a senior at a Big Four firm in tax, and I'm also a content creator, so welcome. It's a Monday morning and I have my normal morning routine this morning. Went to a 6:30 F45 class and came home, walked the dog, and I don't know why I just called Ella the dog. I never do that. I had some things I had to take care of for some brand deals this morning on my computer, so I pretty much immediately tended to that to get out of the way, which was basically just sending over some insights, submitting a in-feed post for a brand, and then drafting some stories that I have to go up later today. They've already been approved, but I wanted to have them like drafted and saved on my Instagram so that when I do post them later, I'm not having to like retype all of the text on the stories and they're just ready to go. So took care of all that this morning, and I have a video fixing to go up soon, and once that's up, I need to send over the live link and I need to do a pinned comment on it as well, which I'm about to take care of once it's live. I just made my morning coffee, and this morning I'm trying a new creamer. I tried the Chobani maple glazed donut. I've wanted to get my hands on this one since I saw it existed, but I do really like this one. It tastes exactly like what it says. I made it with 2 Starbucks blonde espresso pods and some oat milk, and then the creamer, and then ice, and a little bit of Trader Joe's pumpkin pie spice, which I just picked up this weekend. So love having the fall coffee. Today was like our hottest day of the year here in Houston, so we're celebrating that with a fall coffee. If you are new here, definitely be sure to follow me on my social media so you can keep up with me in real time. Everything's always linked down below, and I also have a podcast called In Bloom Podcast, and I have new episodes go up every Monday. A lot of self-development and everything, but also just some more lighthearted episodes as well. Like for example, today's new episode was really just like a reset for September, talking about my current ins and outs, my TBR list, fun stuff like that. And I actually think I'm gonna start incorporating those monthly just because I think they're so just fun to listen to. Like I would love listening to content like that every month. I've got my coffee made. I'm gonna body shower and then go ahead and get my work day started. Welcome back to another vlog and work week in my life. I'm gonna get a lot of wedding related things done this week. I am getting married on New Year's Eve, and there's some things I want to pay for this week because I just got my bonus from being promoted to senior. All of it's either being used on taxes or the wedding. We love being an adult. It's 1:30 and I'm taking my lunch break. I actually have a meeting with somebody from Like to Know It to just go over some things in regard to like posting campaigns and that kind of thing for me being a content creator, obviously unrelated to my 9-to-5. A really quick meeting, and I just walked Ella, and I'm just going to snack on some of this cowboy caviar I made over the weekend. I do have lunch meal prepped, but I'm not gonna eat it probably for another like hour or so, since I'm gonna snack on this to tie me over before this call because I don't really have time to eat all of the meal prep. However, I just did the most genius thing ever. Y'all know I love Olipop so much, and cream soda is my favorite flavor. Orange squeeze is probably my second favorite flavor outside of the apple one that comes out in the fall. But I just had the idea this morning. I was like, what if I mixed the orange one in the cream soda? Because I love anything that's orange dreamsicle. I mean, you'll literally saw me make my orange dreamsicle protein smoothie this morning. So I mixed half of the cream soda and the orange squeeze, and it's literally so good. So if you like that kind of thing, obviously you'd want to drink the other halves like the next day so they don't go flat, but which I will definitely do tomorrow. But I really wanted to try it, and it's literally so good. I have it sitting in my cup over here, and I'm trying not to like chug it because I feel like I normally drink my Olipops so fast, and I'm just like trying to actually savor it. I just got this in the mail from Tarte. Literally, what on earth? I am so excited to play with this. I love me a good eyeshadow palette. I feel like I haven't been wearing much lately because I've just been lazy with it and like not inspired to try anything new, but this will change that up. And I also sent this really cute little gold name necklace, which is literally so precious. Thank you so much, Tarte. I will leave this link down below. I feel like this is perfect for fall and winter. I'll leave it linked down below. Griffin got his chopping done with our little magic chopping tool that we love. We're gonna tackle this today at some point. Tuesday, went to an F45 class and I just body showered. I'm gonna wash out, but I wanted to talk to y'all about something. while I do so. Y'all probably know I've been like on this journey of just like figuring out who the hell I am and just like trying to, I don't know, just figure out life. And I know that there's no moment, like one defining moment where we know exactly who we are, everything's in order and everything like that. I'm not really chasing after this all defining moment of, aha, I figured things out, I know who I am, because I know that we as humans are constant works in progress and we never really reach this finished final form. And chasing after a finished final form is not ever going to, you know, do much for you. It's really just going to leave you feeling disappointed, which I feel like I've had to kind of remind myself. I find that when I feel the most lost, I try to get myself to feel less lost by trying to pursue this final form of completion and like knowing who I am and knowing what I'm doing. Just because in my mind, if I can reach that point, or if I'm striving towards that point, it gives me some sort of sense of control when I feel like nothing's under my control. But I have to remind myself that that's just like not how life works. I've spent a really long time on YouTube. It's been almost like 7 years. And while I always feel like I've been good with being vulnerable, expressing vulnerability with emotions and things, I feel like I've always kind of just been this watered down version of myself on YouTube. Not to say I'm different online than I am in person, because I'm definitely the same person. Like, there's not much of a difference. I've just always sort of had a bit of a wall up, and I don't know if it's just because of being scared of like criticism. I think I subconsciously morph myself to be the most likable person and try to appeal to as many people as possible, because that's just the way I've always been. But I'm learning as I get older that that's just like not the way to live. And it's hard because I sit here and say I want to be more myself, but I don't even know who that is. Griffin is always encouraging me, you know, like, just be yourself, because I've talked to him about this and he's just like, you know, if you be yourself, people will love you for you. And he's like, I know you are yourself online, but I know what you're saying. You just feel like there's just sort of like this guard up or this wall that sort of prevents you from being fully yourself. I think that when I first started YouTube, I tried to uphold a certain image, and the combination of trying to just uphold this like certain image of a college student, therapist always just calls it the good girl situation. I grew up always trying to be the good girl, and then it translated into me being an adult trying to do the job that looks good on paper to people, and always doing the things that, you know, will be most agreeable to people who are around me, older than me, that kind of thing, just to please other people, because I put so much value in being told I was a good kid and that kind of thing. I think when I started YouTube, I was like trying to just sort of find myself and be myself, because it was in my earliest college years. So I was really like on my own for the first time, like learning and unlearning things, but then still trying to just maintain this image of perfection almost, which I knew I wasn't perfect, and I know I'm not perfect now, but, you know, striving for that. And a combination of that with tying all of my identity into being a college student and a college content creator ultimately has just left me feeling like I don't even know who I am online, and just making me feel so lost over the last 2 years that I've been out of school, because I feel like I really just made so much of my content about that stuff, and really made my identity as a content creator about, you know, being in college, being a college student and that kind of thing, to where when that was stripped from me, because that's no longer the chapter of life I'm in, I was like, wait, who am I? Where am I? What's going on? And I've been trying my best to not make the same mistake with work, because it's really easy as a content creator to make the phase of life you're in like your entire online identity. And maybe I'm just looking too far into it, which I probably am. I am literally the most overly analytical person ever. It's really annoying, but I don't want to make the same mistake twice with making my in-person, my real life identity and my identity online being so tied up in my job and being a relatable content creator that works a 9 to 5. And I think that it's really easy to sort of pride yourself on that fact that you're different because you're more relatable and you work a 9 to 5. But ultimately, it's not really healthy for me to do that, because that's basically me telling myself I'm only valuable as a human and as a content creator if I am appealing to as many people as I possibly can, just because I'm relatable and have a 9 to 5. So then what happens if I, you know, maybe one day became freelance in something, and I'm not saying that that's happening, but I'm saying down the road, if I, you know, did a more untraditional job or something, or work for myself in some way, then I would probably have an identity crisis again, because I made my identity all about
being this relatable person with a corporate job and 9 to 5. That's not what matters about me and my content. That's the reason why I don't, you know, talk about work a ton, but I also don't talk about work a ton because I'm obviously doing like very like confidential stuff. Like I literally cannot talk about. I can talk about like the work I'm doing in terms of like the work process, which if y'all are interested in that, let me know, but I promise you it's boring as all get out. Like, I don't know who wants to hear about tax returns, but I mean, be my guest. If you want to hear about it, I will talk about it. I just can't talk about the content and what I'm doing. I can't really vlog at work, that kind of thing. So I keep it like bare minimum, but I also keep it bare minimum because I don't want it to be the focal point of my content. Really, I'm just trying to figure out who I am as a person in my actual life without social media and as a content creator. So like, who am I when you strip away the fact that, you know, I was a college student creator, and when you strip away the fact that I am a content creator that works a 9 to 5 job? What is left after you strip those things away? I'm trying to figure out who that girl is because I think I've just tied so much of my worth, my value, and my identity into the greater thing that I've been pursuing instead of embracing who I am underneath all of that. So all of this to say, I plan to be working on this in the near future and really just trying to shed those layers that I feel like I've built up and the walls I've built up in an effort to uphold some certain image. And I say that very arbitrarily because I can't tell you exactly what that image is. I just know that there was a certain image I was trying to uphold when I first started YouTube, and it's kind of dwindled a little bit over the years as I've, you know, grown up and grown into my own person. But really, I will, in the coming videos, in the coming months, coming years, I don't know how long it's gonna take. You may not even notice a change, but just bear with me as I just try to lean more into myself and embrace who I am underneath all of these worldly achievements, accomplishments, and doings, as I am so much more than, you know, the job I'm working or the degree I'm getting and the phase of life I'm in. Trying, whether it's through my editing or through just the content I'm sharing or what I'm saying in my videos, really just trying to embrace the most authentic version of myself underneath all of that other stuff. And I can't even begin to say what it's gonna look like because I have no clue, because it's gonna be a work in process and figuring out day by day, you know, what I'm doing. And I just wanna find that identity and embrace it shamelessly, both in real life as a person and with my online identity as a content creator. I just wanted to talk about that because I don't really know if anything's gonna change, but if things do, or, you know, if you have any suggestions for me for like what you want to see, or if there's content that you already see from me, whether it's on my podcast or Instagram or on YouTube, if there's stuff I'm already doing that you really love, let me know. But I'm gonna do my skincare, make a coffee, and then get started with work. I worked a little late last night, but it wasn't a big deal. I just did it so today wouldn't be so chaotic.
Took care of the laundry, so we're good there. It's 7:45 and we ate dinner, and I am on a different camera, so if things look different, it's because they are. I'm on my Canon M50. I really want to get a new lens because my G7X, basically that's what I've been on, and it's been busted and it was hanging on by a thread, but it just had its last straw in the kitchen. It, like, the screen won't even turn on and I can't even turn the camera off. It's just like stuck on open. Trying to figure out some wedding stuff. We are trying to figure out if we are going to do indoor or outdoor. My core desire was no first look and doing a outdoor ceremony, and that just didn't work with the timing of our wedding, with it being on New Year's Eve. We can do a sunset ceremony at 5:30, but I like cannot find anything with outdoor sunset ceremonies. I've seen like one TikTok and like one YouTube video of people doing it. I'm just really worried about lighting because I know the sun would be behind us, which will look really pretty from like the guest perspective. It would be backlit, and I know that would be hard for the photographer. And we could figure out like some spotlighting or something, but then that just sounds like it would be a really stressful and logistical nightmare, especially if it were to rain or something. Then we wouldn't even need them and we would have wasted the money on the rental. I'm just like, oh my gosh, just do it inside, Abby. And I need to make that decision though, because that decision determines when I can order my florals and what I'm doing for my florals from Something About Blooms. That decision impacts being able to order my invitations. I'm trying to figure that out, and I feel like I've just been going back and forth with it in my mind for so long. Like in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, if we could pull off the sunset ceremony and the sunset was beautiful that day, it would be so ideal. But it's like so many things would have to go right, and our photographer hasn't done an evening ceremony before, so that would be like stressful for him and like a new thing, and I don't doubt that he could do it because I know he totally could. Which we would do a ton of like fake candles lit and just like really heavily candle lit to make it a very romantic vibe, and I just think it would be such a romantic setting and be so great. But I just know that that's, you know, going to be logistically very hard. Came up here to pick out an outfit for work tomorrow because I am going to go in office to see my work friend. That's pretty much the only reason I go in office, unless like it's required with my team or whatever. To go in and pick out an outfit so I don't have to do that in the morning, because I think I'm gonna film a get ready with me like reel or TikTok of like my makeup for the office that I typically do. But we're gonna be talking to our officiant for the wedding soon in like 45 minutes, so I'm gonna pick out my outfit and kind of get things ready for bed, and then talk to our officiant, which is one of Griffin's family members, which we're really excited about. We asked him last week, so that's exciting to have that checked off, and we're just really thankful he's able to do it and willing. So we're going to talk to him soon, and then I'll probably just read and go to bed early. Hold me. This is supposed to have pumpkin cream cold foam on it, but I'm guessing they just didn't have pumpkin cream cold foam because there were a few other drinks that looked really weird and like half full in the mobile order section. So here we are. Long day, and I left the office around 4:30. I went in office today, as y'all saw, and came home, and I've worked for a little bit, and we're about to go eat dinner at Griffin's parents' house. Today's just been so chaotic. I've just had so much urgent stuff that everybody wants at the same time, so it's just like brain was on overload for long periods of time trying to deliver urgent things for different teams. Griffin just went on a run because he's a track star. I'll show you all my outfit, what I wore in office today. I've worn something similar before, but pretty much just wore this little, my belt. My belt's literally undone. That's so embarrassing. It's fine. This belt's from Princess Polly, but it's pretty old. Wow, you can't see me at all. Let's switch this up. Yeah, belt is old Princess Polly. These pants are like just some black linen pants from Princess Polly, and then my white high top Converse as always. And then this is just like an Aritzia bodysuit, and this is from Nasty Gal. I literally got it, I think, in like 2019, and we're still sporting her because she is great. And today it was like 75 this morning, which the low hasn't been in the 70s in so long. It's normally in the 80s. So it literally felt like a crisp fall morning, even though it was like 78 when I left at 7:30. So love that. And when I go in office on Wednesdays, which is what I've been doing lately, it's like such a just basket toss of a situation with my hair. I feel like I usually wash my hair on like Thursdays, and I'm gonna have to wash it tonight because it's like got gel and stuff in it. So I just braided it into the slick back, which is what I did last time I went in office. But honestly, it's a lot of effort to wash my hair. And I filmed a little reel this morning while I got ready of my like 10-minute makeup for the office. This is kind of like what I do every time I go in the office. Sometimes I don't wear makeup in office, but that's usually just if I have a good tan going, which I don't really have the best one right now. Morning, happy Thursday. Technically Friday, maybe, I don't really know. I don't know if I've told y'all yet, but which, I mean, if you've been around a while, you know this, but I have off the Friday and Monday for Memorial Day and Labor Day every year. but given the timing of Labor Day, it doesn't always work out that I can like take the Friday and Monday. Last year I had to work some on Friday and on Monday, so I didn't really have full days off, but I did get to like take some of the day off. I've had 2 different like team members tell me like I don't really need to work over the weekend as long as like certain things got done, which I'm pretty much done with most of those things. Today's gonna be a busy day though, because one of my seniors is out of office, and I feel like when she's gone, I just feel like a lost puppy sometimes when it's just like between me and a partner, and I'm just like, hi, I don't know what I'm doing. I was so exhausted yesterday evening from being in the office all day and then coming back home and working some. Went to Griffin's parents for dinner, as I said, and I came home and I read a couple pages of my book and pretty much passed out like within the first 3 or 4 pages I read. But I'm reading Flawless by Elsie Silver, which is like a cowboy romance. I know I told y'all in a recent vlog that I read Done and Dusted, and I absolutely loved Done and Dusted, and I had a lot of people on Instagram tell me to read Elsie Silver's books if I liked Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, so I'm giving those a try. And then I think after my big deadline on September 15th, and maybe like after early October, because I have Q3 provision in early October and I'll be busy during that time too, I'm thinking that's when I'll probably pick Throne of Glass back up. So between now and then, I kind of have a queue of specific books I want to read. I want to read this Elsie Silver Chestnut Springs series, which is Flawless, and I don't know the name of the second book. And then I think I want to read Divine Rivals or The Secret History, because I think both of those are very like fall vibe kind of fantasy books. So one of those, and then jump in the Throne of Glass. And I think that 4 books between now and mid-October, it's a little ambitious, but I think that it will be a good little cue to have before jumping in the Throne of Glass. I kind of want to have a transitional fantasy book to transition from reading all of the summer romances I've been reading to jumping back in the Throne of Glass, and I think reading Divine Rivals or The Secret History would be good for that. Probably Divine Rivals, honestly, because I've really wanted to read that for a long time. That's my reading plan, but I read last week, which I wasn't vlogging last week, so y'all didn't hear any of this, but I read Before We Were Strangers last week, but it was something else. It was very different. It felt like I was reading it felt like watching a early 2000s kind of like romance movie, like a rom-com almost, but maybe not a rom-com, because it's definitely like a really sad and heavy book at times. It had a great ending. There were some things about the female main character and the male main character both that I just like didn't really love, but I think it made them human. But I just think so many of the struggles in that book were so real and just raw, and like they're things that people actually go through. And it was about these 2 kids who go to college in New York City. They meet each other, they pretty much like only have each other, they become great friends and everything. And so you read their story while they're in college, but then you also are getting their life 15 years down the line, because they run into each other and they hadn't spoke since the last time they saw each other 15 years ago. So it was really good, but it was a really solid friends to lovers, found family kind of book, and I love that. And in the first like 30% of it, I didn't think there was any way I would give it over 4 stars, because I honestly felt like it was kind of slow. But once I got to that 30% point, I was like thinking about the book all the time. I was waking up early and like trying to read it, like make time in my day to read it, because I was just wanting to finish it and wanting to know what happened so badly. First little stretch of the book is a little slow, but after that it's like really, really good in my opinion. But it's to hopefully Friday. All right, y'all, I've been grinding at work. I'm just taking a brief break. I've already taken Ella out, but I pretty much just like took Ella out and came right back to my computer. So I'm taking like another like 10-minute break, because I just need to like step away from the computer. But I got this dress in from Abercrombie that I ordered like a week and a half ago for my bachelorette trip. I just saw it online and I was like, I think it's so cute, like elegant and cute and just timeless. Like I was just like, this is a white dress I could wear forever. But I don't know how I love it. Like I love it from the front and it fits me like really, really well. Like it's the perfect size on my bust and my shoulder length, which I always struggle with in dresses. I feel like the shoulders are always too tall. I do feel like there's a little bit of extra fabric in this part. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll probably have to watch this clip back to tell, because from the back, because of like I guess my butt and the way the dress fits, the fabric right here just goes straight down, which I don't find very flattering, because it kind of makes me lose shape from my ribs down, and I feel like it just kind of goes like this, and I don't love that. So I don't know, I'll probably try it on later and ask Griffin what he thinks of it. I have dresses to wear for my whole bachelorette trip. I was just like, I kind of want to get something that either I can wear on my bachelorette trip or I can just wear it for another bridal related thing later this year, because I know
we'll probably have other related things, like I could wear it to my rehearsal dinner or something. This was before I knew I was getting some dresses sent to me from Lulu's, which is in my last vlog, that worked for my bachelorette trip. So I really don't need it. I can return it if I'm not 100% obsessed with it, but I don't know. What do we think? Tomorrow I'm just gonna treat like a normal work day, even though like I'm technically off. If I have to do any work, I'll probably just like stick around the house. Griffin won't be home all day tomorrow, so I can just treat it like a work day, but I think I'm gonna like get up early, go to my normal F45 class at the same time, and just really work on YouTube and podcast related stuff and like wedding related stuff throughout the day. And then if anything comes up for work that's like absolutely urgent, I will take care of it while I'm home. But that's kind of my plan for tomorrow. Happy Friday. I'm at Buzz and Bites. I'm about to go run inside and grab some coffee. It's like 8 o'clock and I went to an F45 class this morning, and like I mentioned, I'm like off work today. It was so hard to get myself out of bed this morning to go to F45 knowing that like I didn't have to be awake. I could have gone to like any class today really that I wanted, but I really just wanted to get the workout done with because I knew if I waited I would just end up not going. Trying to get some pumpkin coffee is from local places too, not just Starbucks. Yesterday evening and yesterday in general just ended up being kind of crazy since the last time I talked to y'all. Work just got like really nuts. I had like 2 different urgent things going on, and it was like hard trying to like prioritize things, be the problem solver but also like the middleman. And I don't know, that's just like something that's not fun about work sometimes, is you just kind of like feel like a lost dog and you have to just like figure things out. And I don't like feeling that way, but also having to be the person to communicate everything like outside to the client or to other like people that we're working with. Kind of like last minute decided to go try Chick-fil-A, like the new honey pimento sandwich last night, and we like literally just picked up Griffin's parents and brother and we all went and tried it in my car and took it back to his parents' house and then watched the Florida and Utah football game. So glad college football is back. But we were at their place, and then I had to do some other work last night. It was just like a really long day and I was super exhausted, so I just like didn't vlog. Today / this weekend, our 1-year engagement anniversary is on Sunday, and we have some really sweet plans and I'm so excited. I cannot believe it's already been a year. And then Saturday, Griff and I have some plans. We're gonna go look at wedding bands for him and get his finger size. We might get a Costco membership and go to Costco. So we've got errands to run on Saturday, but outside of those things, really this Labor Day weekend, I'm gonna be focusing on getting ahead with YouTube and podcast related stuff, just because September and October are going to be nuts between the 2 weddings we have to go to, my bachelorette trip, Griffin's trip. Really want to get a week ahead, so I want to record like 2 podcast episodes this weekend, edit 2 videos, and then that'll get me ahead to where I want to be. So that's kind of like what we plan on doing today if I don't have any other work to do and that kind of thing. I just tried on my wedding dress and I was like so nervous it wasn't gonna fit anymore, but I was just like scared, but it's fine. I was able to zip it up myself and everything, but I wanted to try it on with the shoes I ordered, which I'll show you all the shoes I got. I guess there's like no harm in me showing that because I'm returning them. I got these from Betsy Johnson. I ordered them in the beginning of August, and it's actually funny because Lulu's reached out and wanted to send me some like shoe options for bachelorette stuff and then also just like the wedding. And I am posting a reel with all of them soon, and they're all so cute, even outside of bachelorette and bridal stuff, which y'all have already seen all of it in a frequent vlog, or a more recent vlog. Sorry, I'm vlogging on my phone too because I am selling my EOS M50, which is what I was vlogging on in like the last few days, but I don't want to keep using it if I know I'm selling it. Ordered a new lens for my A6400 from Sony. I'm so excited for that to get here tomorrow because I miss that camera so much. Jenna Hong honestly inspired me to like use my camera to its full capability, vlog in 4K, have like a wide lens camera again, or lens. So I'm so excited for all of that. Thank you, Jenna, for the inspiration. I didn't get the same, we have different Sony cameras, but they have the same lens mount. So I looked at the lens she got, but I actually ended up getting a different one that was also a little bit cheaper. But these are the shoes that Lulu sent me that are also by Betsy Johnson. And I love these for bridal stuff, bachelorette stuff, just to have for holidays and stuff in the future. They are so cute, so comfortable, like pearl embellished. But it's funny because I got those after I had already ordered these for my wedding shoes. And I liked the closed toe since we're like in the winter for our wedding. And I really liked that this heel wasn't too big, and I really liked these, but they just ultimately don't look good with my dress. So I just printed out the return label to return these, and then I also printed out the return label to return that Abercrombie dress that I tried on earlier in this vlog. I decided it's just like not very flattering on me, and I just need to accept that and like not try to force it to work. And honestly, I just want the money back because I have dresses I can wear for my bachelorette trip. So I'm gonna return these and that dress, and I'm just like so excited about everything. Oh my gosh. And our 1 year of being engaged is on Sunday, and we just have such exciting plans, and like trying on my dress and everything, and like knowing it's 1 year since we were engaged on Sunday. I'm just like so giddy right now. But I tried on these from Lulu's with my dress, and I actually might end up doing these for my wedding shoe if I don't find anything else. I do feel like they don't necessarily match the vibe of my dress, but honestly, you're not really gonna see them. But I really think these are super cute, super simple, super timeless, and go with the dress better. And I tried on the dress with these, which are stunning. I think these would be so stunning with like certain dresses, but because of the satin finish, it just didn't look right with my dress either. But these are really, really comfortable because of the platform toe. So I'll leave all these shoe links down below as options. I'm gonna go drop off these returns, and then I'm gonna go to the mall and see if I can find some shoes, because I'd like to just see stuff in person so I can get a better idea of a color, because now I know that pure white doesn't look that good with my dress. More of an ivory white does, and anything that's like reflective like this, like a satin or a pearl, isn't the move. So I also look ridiculous right now, but I just braided my hair because it looked like a train wreck and I didn't want to put it in a bun and get a headache. So we did little braids, and I'm wearing my little Free People set. But let's go make these returns and go to the mall. I hate the mall, but we're going. Just got out of the mall and I went to Nordstrom Rack too, because I figured Nordstrom Rack might have some shoes. I went in Dillard's, and then I didn't walk in the Dillard's entrance, so I went through the mall. And I like do not do well in malls by myself, because I think I have a small amount of PTSD from my freshman year of college. I don't know if I'll remember this. It was on my birthday, and I'm pretty sure I vlogged that day. I don't remember. But I was followed in the mall by a guy, and a Great American Cookie worker like saved me. So that was really scary. The Tuscaloosa Mall, completely different vibe than the mall I just went to. Overstimulating. I feel like there's so many smells with like the food and perfume booths and everything, and I'm just like, I want to get out of here ASAP. So I'm just gonna head back home. I did record a podcast episode earlier, but like I said, I'm wanting to be ahead, so I might record another one tonight. I'm either gonna record it like today before dinner, or I'm going to record one on Sunday or Monday. And then I need to edit 2 videos hopefully, or at least get one and then like most of another one edited. So that's kind of my plan for the rest of the day.